Right, hi guys, welcome to Forkin Allotment, as we've renamed the channel now. Today I'm going to be discussing a little bit about green manures. So guys, also don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And if you have any questions after this video, then please do let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on Instagram or on Twitter, which is the same as here, Forkin Allotment, without the apostrophe. An apostrophe? Yeah. Not very good at English. So, green manures. This is a series I'm going to be doing thanks to my partnership with Sow Seeds. If you'd like to see any of these green manures that I'm going to be showing you today, if you'd like to get any of these, I will leave a link down in the description for each of them, so that you can go over onto the website there at Sow Seeds and actually get yourself some of these seeds. So, why do we use green manure? So, first of all, they hold the nutrients in the soil, so it helps to make your soil structure a lot better, and it also adds organic matter to the soil. Two, they can help to suppress weed growth. So you have to dig out the weeds first and try and get rid of as many of the weeds as possible before you actually sow a green manure, but it will help with weed suppression, as two plants can't grow in the same place. So the green manure will outcompete the weeds for the nutrients and the water and everything. And also, as I said, they improve the soil structure and add humus, and the roots draw up minerals and nutrients that would otherwise be wasted if we didn't use the green manures. Some also fix nitrogen from the air, so this means that the plants are actually providing you with a fertilizer. So, what is a green manure? Okay, right, a green manure is a crop that's grown to be dug into the soil to improve the soil structure and add nutrients to the soil, as we just discussed before. Types of green manure: we have legumes, which is like your fenugreek and yellow trefoil. You have brassicas, which is your fodder radish and mustard. Obviously, legumes and brassicas, we all know about legumes and brassicas if we're gardeners. Legumes are your peas and beans. Brassicas are things like your cabbages and cauliflowers and stuff like that. Then we have Hydrophiliaceae, which is your Phacelia. I hope I said that right. We have Poaceae, which is your Italian ryegrass or any type of grasses. And Polygonaceae, which is buckwheat. I actually don't have any buckwheat at this moment. But so, what do the different types of green manure actually do? Okay. So, legumes have symbiotic nitrogen-fixing bacteria called rhizobia in the root nodules. For that reason, they play a key role in crop rotation. Legumes are the best source of plant proteins. So I've got it written down here, so I'm sorry about this. Brassicas. Brassicas are used for soil improvement and soil-borne disease management, which basically it can improve the structure of the soil, and it can also help to kill off any soil-borne disease bacteria or anything like that. I think they can help with the eelworm after potatoes, so we'll discuss when to use them in a moment. Hydrophiliaceae, which basically means water leaf. They can be used in dry soils to help with water retention and to help actually moisten the soil. But can also be used in most soils anyway. It doesn't have to be a dry soil. But they are good for dry soils. Your Poaceae, or Poaceae, basically grasses. Basically your grasses. They protect the soil from erosion. And they are particularly good at lifting the nitrates from the soil and releasing them slowly to the, well, after they've been dug in, releasing them slowly to the preceding plant. Preceding? That's before, isn't it? To the plant that goes in afterwards, should I say, the next crop. And your Polygonaceae are good at weed suppression. They produce a lot of foliage. Once they're dug in, they decompose rapidly, improving your soil structure and the content of organic matter in your soil. They can also help to retain moisture. Okay, so what green manures am I using? This is the one. So I am using fenugreek. As you can see, these are from sow seeds. I don't know if you can see that actually. Yeah, you can down there. Sow seeds. So I'll be using fenugreek. Now, fenugreek can be sown from March to August. The growing period it's 2 to 3 months before you can dig it in. Ideal soil type is heavy soil. It can help to improve heavy soil. And it is also a nitrogen fixer, being a legume, I believe. Yes. We also have fodder radish. Fodder radish. Now, fodder radish can be sown from May to August. It takes 3 to 6 months until you can dig it in, but can be overwintered as well. And it's pretty much ideal in any soil. It doesn't fix the nitrogen in the soil, but it does other things. Fodder radish is a brassica. Then you have your Italian ryegrass, which is this one here. Italian ryegrass. Sown from March to October, can be turned into the soil from 3 months and can be left anything up to 24 months, as long as it's taken down before it goes to seed. Again, it can be used in most soils, and that is a Poaceae. Right, mustard. Mustard, this one here. So mustard is sown from March to September. It takes 1 to 2 months till you can dig it into the ground, so it's quick growing green manure, and it's also really good for growing after potatoes, if I remember rightly. Yes, we'll go on to that in a minute anyway. Then we have Phaceae, or Phacelia, sorry. That is your Hydrophalaceae, your water leaf. So this one is sown in March to September. 1 to 3 months till you can dig it in. It's a quick growing. Again, a quick growing green manure. It's good if you want to get your ground back into use again quickly after using the green manure. And it's also ideal in dry soils, because obviously being water leaf, it can help to get the moisture into the soil. We also have a winter mix. This one. Now that one is a mixture of Westerwald's ryegrass and vetches. Been growing from August to September. Takes 3 to 6 months until you dig it into the ground, and can be used on most soils really. Doesn't really have to be any certain type of soil. Trefoil, yellow trefoil. The final one I have here. This one here. Again, March to August. This one. Between 3 and 12 months growing time. Within 3 months you should be able to dig it into the ground. Can be used up to 12 months. Usually used in light dry soil, not in too much of an acidic soil. If you've got too acidic a soil, it won't do very well, but it can be used in most soils other than it can be used in light dry soils, but most other soils as well, as long as there's not too much acid in the soil. It also is a nitrogen fixer as well, and can be grown now around your brassicas. It's a legume, so it can be grown around your brassicas, which is quite a good thing to do, because it fixes the nitrogen in the soil for your brassicas, which will help your brassicas to grow better. So we've got the different types. We've got what can we do with what are other things that we can take into consideration with these different green manures. So Phacelia is good if left overwintered. Remember to remove the flowers before they go to seed, though, before winter comes in and the flowers go to seed, because otherwise you're going to end up with seeds everywhere, and you're going to end up with Phacelia growing everywhere for the next God knows how long, until you've managed to get everything out. So remember to remove the flower heads before they go to seed. But it can be over winter and the frost will knock it back, and then you can knock it down and either leave it as mulch, or you can dig it into the ground. Most of these can be either left as a mulch or dug into the ground and taken down. Ryegrass is usually better dug into the soil straight away, as soon as they come up, or as soon as they're ready. Going on to ryegrass. Italian ryegrass fits into any crop rotation plan, and it will overwinter, so you can grow it. As we said, we can use it. It can be grown anytime between 3 months and 24 months, as long as you don't let it go to seed. Mustard. I said this before, best used before or after potatoes, because I believe that it can help with the development of eelworm. It stops the eelworm from developing by hardening the cysts or something, so the eelworm can't actually produce. Fodder radish. Fodder radish follows on from legumes because it's a brassica, and it can be overwintered as well. Your winter mix, which is your Westwold's ryegrass and your vetches. Long-term overwintering, this one. Let's say 3 to 6 months. This is a long-term crop, and you would put it in before the winter, up to September, and then you can dig it in anytime from April onwards. Yellow trefoil, another legume. It can be sown with your brassicas, intercropped with your brassicas. It's a very low growing green manure, this one, and it will actually help grown in with your brassicas. Fenugreek. Right, fenugreek should be cut down before the flowering stem, before it flowers, when the stems are still soft, so that it is easier for it to decompose in the soil and for the worms to drag it down into the soil. And it is a legume, so it would follow on from brassicas, or even precede brassicas. So obviously your legumes would precede brassicas or follow on from brassicas, and your brassicas would either precede or follow on from your legumes, depending on how your crop plan is going to be used. Or you could just use the same area for brassicas every year by putting in a legume afterwards, a legume green manure. So basically that's everything that we've got here. I will let you know, I will leave a link in the description to each of those green manures. If you have any questions about them as well, please do let me know, and I will try to answer the best I can. Otherwise, trying to think now. Otherwise, I'll be getting some of the. I will actually be doing. This is going to be a separate series on green manures on Forkin allotment, and we will be actually putting some of these green manures in before the end of August. Some of the ones that need to be done before the end of August. We'll get some of these into the ground. I was showing you how to sow them, how to look after them, and what to do to keep them healthy. Other than that, guys, I think that's everything that I can think of for now. As I said before, please do like, comment and subscribe, and if you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much, and I hope I haven't bored you too much, and I hope that you've learned something about green manures. Any questions, please leave them in the comments, and please do like, comment and subscribe. So thank you very much, and I shall see you all in the next video.